Hi everyone, I'm back again with what's inside my drawers. And today I'm using one of these paper blocks. You remember I've got two. But this one is just beginning to feel a little bit thinner, so I think we might be making progress. Right, let's find some papers, shall we, that we like? Well, I like them all, so that's nice, isn't it? That's nice. Oh my goodness, how does one decide? Difficult. Oh goodness, I don't know. I'm going to have that one. So that's one. I think I need three. If there's another one of those, I'll have that. But I can't remember if I need two the same or not. And let's see what else there is. They're a bit on the large side. That's pretty. That's pretty. Oh my goodness me, I mean they're all pretty. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm having that. I love that thrush in its nest. That's beautiful. Right. I might need more. I can't remember exactly. Okay, so these measure almost 4 inches. I'm using A4, which is 8 1/4. So if I were to put that on there and cut that off, I would have enough for another one there. And if, you know, if you're using the same sort of papers as me, you definitely, there's a little blue tip there, I've just noticed. You'd definitely have enough with 8 1/2, you know. But these are 4, so I'm going to trim it off at 4 1/8, which is half of my paper. 4 1/8. That's going to be a little bit testing, but we'll go there and try it there. There we go. So I'll save the other one, the other piece. So let's just check that we've got that right. Yes, that's lovely. It leaves a nice margin all the way around. So I'm going to use this one first, I think. Right, so let's ink around that. Get it stuck down. Is that right? Is that what I do? Oh, I'm going to have a check. But I don't want to spoil the surprise, so I'm going to pause here. Aha, I misremembered. So with my other piece of paper, I'm going to stick this onto there, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. So let's ink around that first. Too much information in my head. I'm trying to remember too many things. I was going to do a page for my infinity journal today. But while I had this paper, I get sucked into it because it's so pretty. That's the problem. But you know, that's okay. Right. So I'm going to stick this onto here, like so. And I need to use glue, but I'm just trying to use the minimal possible. Obviously I need to use glue. What a stupid thing to say. I can't magic it onto there. That'd be good, wouldn't it, if you could magic things. Like the lady in Bewitched. I can't remember her name now. Who? Tabitha, yes. That's her. Wrinkle your nose and things just magically happen. Oh my goodness, that would be brilliant. So I'm trying to get an even border around there. That looks pretty good to me. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is trim that off the top, leaving a similar sort of border. So about there. Let's say it's about there. Yeah, that's okay. That's not too bad at all. Right, now what I want to do, and the glue isn't dry yet, so that's not much of a help, but I want to cut out a window. So I'll just get my cutting board out. I love the Media Mat, don't get me wrong, but it does blunt my scalpel blades. So I'm just going to draw this on first. And I used a 3/4. Yeah, I'm going to do that again, 3/4 of an inch. It's just a nice margin to leave around. And I'm drawing on the back because nobody's ever going to see the back of this. Well, unless they take it apart. So just 3/4. And the reason that I draw it on first is so that when I'm cutting, I can see where to stop because I've got those lines. So I can see I need to stop cutting here because that goes off there. And that's the only reason I draw it first. So let's cut that, bearing in mind that the glue's probably still wet, so might not cut as easily as if the glue were dry, but we'll just carry on regardless. So 3/4 of an inch. So this is we're gonna put acetate in this, and it'll give us a nice window. A window on the world. There we go. Right, let's see if I've managed to cut that. Oh, look at that, just fell out. And I've still preserved my little blue tit. Excellent. Don't throw that away. It would make a lovely journaling card or something, so just hang on to that. And yes, look at that. That's so nice. Now, before I do anything else, I must remember to ink the inside of that frame, because I forget it so often, and it's so noticeable when you put the acetate in. So I must do that first off. Ooh, paper's on the move. It's pretty paper, this, actually, isn't it? That says She Surprised. I mean, they're all pretty. Right, there we are. That's inked around that. It's not terribly noticeable, but somehow when you put the acetate in, you can really see the white edges. So I've got some acetate here. Let's just mark that. That's not square. Mark that where we want it. Use a Sharpie or a fine liner. A regular pencil won't really mark acetate. So let's just trim that out. Why are you I don't know. There we go. So let's just see. Yes, that's perfect. So put your glue on, and I always tell you this, but don't put it right up to the edge of your window. I know that's where common sense would have you put it, but don't do it, because then when you press it down, it's going to splurge out through your window and you'll only regret it. I've done it so many times myself. There we go. Put the acetate in place. Like that. Marvellous. And then just press it down, but press the glue away from the window. Like that. That's great. Now, if we stick that on as a pocket, this is the top here, when I put my journaling card in, it's going to catch on that acetate. So what I need to do is put some washi tape, masking tape, whatever you have to hand. And because I didn't put the acetate right up to the top, I've got a bit of card here that the glue will bite onto. So I'm putting one on the card and then one just at the top of the acetate to catch it. And then I'm going to put my washi tape on. Then we can slide things in and they won't get caught up on that acetate. So put that there, because you don't want things to get caught up on your washi tape either. There we go, like that. Give that a good press down and then we can just trim the excess off. It doesn't matter what washi tape you use, what colour it is or anything else. It's not visible, we're not using it for that. We're just using it to stop the journaling cards getting stuck on the acetate. There we go, so that's our pocket, lovely. Right, so here's our original piece of card that we had, and that's going to go on there, like so. So, when we remove the journaling card, if we don't put something behind it, this is what we're going to see, just cream card. And that's not what I want to see. I was just checking, it looked like I had a mark on my acetate, but it's just in the camera, I think. So that's why I got this birdie out. And I'm going to put him just there, behind there. And I think that looks just gorgeous. The blue tit's sitting there looking at him. Well, it might be a lady actually, because she's got a nest of eggs. So that's kind of where I want that. So let's just make a mark there, and then just cut off the bulk here and here. Let's just check that one more time. Yeah, okay. So let's trim that. I like this thrush a lot. Trim that there, trim the top off. And realistically, I can think of no use for those, so they're going out. You don't need to ink around this. It's just going to be stuck in the back so for something to see when we take the journaling card out. Which is a shame, it should be on full view because it's gorgeous. Might have to pause you at some stage because my lunch is almost ready. And I'm not saying no to that because I'm starving. So that's there. I just used that mark there just to get it exactly where I want it. And so the next thing that needs to happen is that gets stuck on there, like that. So you can see, I mean, it's coming together. Oh, you can't see really through the acetate because it's shining, but there's our birdie. There's our lovely frame. It looks gorgeous. So I'm going to stick this on over here. And I left a little bit of card. The acetate doesn't come right up to the edge. So I can glue it on the card, which will give me a much safer bond than gluing the acetate down. So there we go. Ooh, not talking, not breathing. So let's put that on there. Lovely, that's great. That looks really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. So all we've got to do now, really, we need to make a journaling card, but we need to fold this over. So I'm just going to get my board out and score it just at the top of that pocket. So make sure you've pushed right up to the top and then just score along the top of that pocket, and then that will fold over like that. It's magical, isn't it? It's just, I love it actually. So then we've got our pocket there, and we've got journaling, journaling, journaling. I mean, come on. Come on. I love it. So I'm going to it's just a bit uneven. This back is slightly longer than that, which doesn't matter a fig. We'll just take that off. Make sure it's straight before I chop it. So I just want to take that little bit off there. And there we have it. That's lovely and straight now. So all that remains now is the journaling card. So I need some card, which I have here. This is proper card, not my paper card, it's proper card. And I need a tab as well, same as that one. I've only got one tab punch, so they've all got to be the same size because that's all I've got, which is fair enough. So let's make this first. So I need to fold it in half and glue it together because it's going to go between two layers. Not certain that's actually in half. Just go along there and crease that in, give it a bit of ink around it. There we are, and I'm going to glue it together. As I say, it's going to go between two layers, so I don't need it to stretch over anything. There we go. Lovely. Right. So my journaling card, let's have a look and see. That's definitely tall enough that way. So allowing for glue, always allowing for glue. I'm coming in a good 1/4 of an inch, and I'll come in a good 1/4 of an inch here as well. I don't need my cutting board anymore, it can go away. So that actually measures 3.5. It's about 3.5, just a little light actually of 3.5. So let's trim that off, and then we'll try it for size. Yeah, it's a good bit short of 3.5 actually. It's about 1/8 of an inch short. Let's just check that this fits in and you can't see the edges and all that sort of good stuff. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. So this is where we need to trim it off at the top. And you're just going to have to wait for the rest because my lunch is ready. Well, you won't have to wait. I'm going to pause you. But I'll be back to finish this little project off very soon, in your time, instantly. Oh, it's looking nice, isn't it? See you in a sec. Right, here I am back. Lunch was delicious. I can tell you it really was delicious. So I'm just looking for something. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? So it's a shame to cut that one up. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, I'll keep my finger there and go through and see if there's anything else. I do love that one that we used. It's lovely. That's pretty, isn't it? I don't know why I keep saying that. They're all blooming pretty. Get it through your head. I love you, that says. How sweet. No, I'm going to use this one. I really, really, really like it. And put that one back in. Lives to fight another battle, that one. There we go. So I just need to stick this onto here. Not forgetting that, and also not forgetting that I want to round these corners, because it just makes getting them in and out a bit easier, to be honest. So if I put that on first, I can't get my tool in close enough. So this is a bit of a dilemma, isn't it? Which way on shall I do this? Right, let's just measure it off here. So that's the exact length, I would say. And width-wise, just make sure we're accurate here. I need to cut it there. Right, so let's trim that. There we go. And then I'm going to round all my corners. I was going to use the 1/4 inch side of life. And then hopefully they'll all stick down and marry together. And this one. Oh. There we go. Right, okay. So I want it at the top. So I want my this way up. It's got wording on it which says it goes that way. So I need to stick this here in the middle. Let's do that first. Oh, I need to ink around there as well. I'm all of a dither now I've had my dinner. So I want that fairly central. So about there, I think. Maybe down that way a little bit. Yeah, about there. And flush on the top. Yeah, I think that's about right there. Okay, so let's ink around this because we can't ink that piece when it's actually stuck on, obviously. So I'm just going to ink that top edge, and I'll ink both the other sides together once I've got it glued on. So I'm hoping this marries up nicely. Could put the tab on the outside, but it just doesn't look as nice. There we go. Let's aim for the top first. See if we can get it right. Oh, it might be a bit too narrow. Oh, I don't know. I think it'll be all right. There is a tiny margin around it, but I can live with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's okay. There is a little margin right the way around it, but that's all right. It's not the end of the world, and I'm going to ink it anyway, so I think we'll be okay with that. I'm just inking the card and the paper, and it just disappears, that card. Makes it disappear. A bit more of a challenge, it's slightly wider on this side, but it's all right. There we go. So there's our journaling card. Done and dusted. So here's our pocket. So that just slides into there. Come on. I know you haven't been open yet, but you can work if you want to. Right, so yes, that slides into there. Should slide relatively easily, even although it's just new. No, it doesn't want to, it's caught on something. So I'm just going to put my ruler in, my Timmy ruler, and see if the glue's just caught somewhere. Sometimes it does, it just needs freeing. That should be alright though, I think. So now do you want to go in? Yes, please, I do. So there we have it. Isn't that pretty? It's such a really lovely little thing. I love it. The other ones I put a butterfly on there, but I'm not going to on this one. I think there's enough going on that. So inside there we've got the journaling card. Now when you open it up, you've got journaling, journaling and journaling. What you could do if you really wanted is put a pocket across there with a little tag in. Frankly, I think it's more use as plain straightforward journaling. So I'm going to leave mine like that. But you know, as I say, if you want to, you could put a pocket there. And I really like that. So I can get the other ones that I've done out and show you. It's that one. And I did another one, but it was my first one and it was ended up upside down. Yeah, that one. So these two are right. They open up like that. Got journaling cards in. This one I put a butterfly down the bottom corner and I just put some stickles on the butterfly, so it's kind of shiny a little bit. But this one, it opens that way, so you've got all your journaling, etc. But I put the tag in the wrong way, put it that way. So, I mean, it still works perfectly well, but it would be a bit more awkward if you were putting it into a pocket, because you've got the tag at the bottom. So I'll include that with the ephemera, but you know, it was the trial, let's say, and these two have worked out perfectly, I think. So thank you very much for joining me. Hope you have a go at this. I just think it's a really useful thing to put in a journal. It's, you know, it's nothing, and it's just straight up journaling, apart from the front, which is just so pretty. So there you have it. That's your idea for today. I'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye.